What's up, you guys? Welcome back to V.S.O.P Sports Radio, where we only drink the finest of cognac. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we are talking about whether or not all this talk about Deion Sanders going to the Cowboys so that he can coach, so that the Cowboys can draft Shador and he could be the next, coach of the Cowboys. Is this hurting, especially if Deion has no intentions on going to the pros? Is all this talk hurting his recruitment for next season and seasons to come? But before we get into that, if you guys can do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button, because my philosophy is if you enjoy the vibe, then why not like and subscribe? Now, let's get into it. For the last week or two, all I've been hearing is Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a complete debacle. Okay. And all I'm hearing right now, especially from the great Michael Irvin. I love Michael Irvin. Great football player, even greater analysis, commentator and all those things. Ever since he's been on Cameron and Mace's hit show, It Is What It Is, he's always showed his personality, but he really has let us see who Michael Irvin is. Michael Irvin has been on a campaigning, trying to recruit Deion Sanders to become the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And now, while his intentions may be great, he's talking about Deion Sanders going to Cowboys at the Tyson fight. He's talked about it on the camera and make sure he's talked about it on Fox's Speak. And it is as great as as pure as his intentions may be in terms of just trying to, get his great friend and great coach, great friend who's a great coach to the Dallas Cowboys. Deion Sanders has said time and time again he does not want to coach in the pros. He does not want to coach in the pros. He loves working with young people. He loves, he says a different mindset when you're talking to pros. You're dealing with pros versus dealing with college kids. College kids are much more impressionable. They want to learn, so on and so forth. And so with Michael Irvin, pushing this narrative and others taking that narrative and running with it and, Deion and the Cowboys. This can have very lasting negative effects. What do I mean by that? If you're a top recruit coming out of high school next fall and people start trying to recruit you and Colorado's trying to recruit you, are you going to commit to Colorado with the thought of Deion Sanders not even being there come fall? Would you choose to go to a school where you don't know if the college that you want, the coach that you want to play for is going to be there or not? Like I said, Michael Irvin is doing his best to get his buddy to go to the Cowboys, but he's not taking into account the negative effects that can have on the Colorado recruiting process. Other coaches are going to use that like, hey, I know you might be considering Colorado, but you don't even know if that guy's going to be there or not. Come on over to whatever school, insert whatever school. And now they're using that against Deion Sanders in terms of trying to recruit people. So, Deion, like I said, it's said time and time again, he wants to work with kids. He loves it at Boulder. He, walked around showing the view of the field from his office, and it is great. They are giving him everything. The Colorado Buffalo uniforms, since he's got there, they, Nike has stepped in and really tried to make them like an Oregon type of school, like they've got great uniforms, merch, even looking at Deion Sanders sweater that, do you believe, like every slogan he comes up with, they slap that on a t-shirt and, they bag it up and sell it. And so Deion Sanders has it really good in Colorado. He has created a culture that these young folks want to be involved with, and when These kids' parents were primetime fans. So if you've got Deion trying to recruit you and you already know the parents are like, yes, go. Oh my goodness, this is great. Deion Sanders, like all they got to do is throw on a Deion Sanders highlight reel and these kids will fall in love. So anyway, I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts. Do you guys think that this is going, all of this talk about Deion Sanders going to the Cowboys to be, in the Shador, draft, they could draft Shador and all this talk, or even Deion Sanders to the Raiders? I'm hearing that a lot. Do you think that that is going to ultimately, especially if Deion does not want to teach in the pros, is it going to get to the point where his recruiting suffers so much that he just says, you know what, I'm out of here. You know what, it is what it is. Kids don't want to come here no more, so I'm going to leave. Is that a possibility? I don't know, but I'm curious to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments, and I'll catch you guys next time here at V.S.O.P Sports Radio. Peace.